that's weird enough that people notice. It's kind of a part. It's a part of my psyop actually. It's a part of my anime psyop because it's intentional. It's because I want people to like see what I'm wearing and be like, huh, you can wear shit like that. Cool. That's what I want because I want people to dress cooler. Like I'm sick and tired of like just jeans and a shirt and like sweatpants and a shirt. I'm so tired of it. I want and here's the thing. Like I complain about it all the time. Right? I complain about it all the time. I'm like people should dress more cute, but like I didn't do it. So I was like, okay, well I'm gonna commit to doing it now from now on.
Is baggy sweatpants and pants. It's funny, reinventing yourself is not very
You wear
glamorous.
petticoats?
The true me is a frumpy and agrophobic.
I wear do you guys know what bloomers are? I wear bloomers. They're like those like puffy like undershort thingies. I wear those a lot.
She stays home and plays Deadlock all day and pretends to be a giant anime girl over the internet. She plays a giantess in her whatever videos. To my utter bewilderment, it is considered very attractive to the widest segment of people.
Yeah, witch bloomers, not the sports ones. Yeah.
Cis women, trans women, non-binary people. I sometimes feel myself laying in bed all day, ERP with multiple play partners across 24 hours.
So if we notice a weird looking girl in the Alaska wilderness because she was Leaflet, probably.
Long lost time at weed party. Quite literally, I've had more cis partners in the past 3 years than the 4 before that. But here's the problem.
Oh, so she gave up and now it's working for her?
No, what she did is she gave up and now she does horny online content.
Okay.
And she says, oh, well, now that I'm doing like lewd tubing content, I have found my community because all these cis women watch me. And I'm like, how are you verifying that these are cis women? People on the internet lie. That's like the point of your
nice try
the internet to receive sexual gratification. That is one of the old.
Well, okay, like I've asked, so like I've had friends tell me before that I'm like a 5.
Yes, the oldest rule of the internet is there are no women on the internet. And by this, what they mean is they're in this, sex pest parts of the internet. The reason why you get so few women within those communities is not just because women.
Here, let me ask my friend. maybe less now, actually. It's been a while. Maybe like a 4. Maybe like a 4. 3. I'd say like 3 to 5. That's probably what. Yeah.
Are into those things less, but if a woman is, they often get such an arbitrage opportunity within real life partnerships that they have no need to explore this online. What this person is clearly engaging with is
Did you argue yourself? No, I don't really care. That's the thing. I don't really care. Like I don't really care because if somebody tells me, well, Leaflet's fucking ugly, it doesn't really matter to me. Like I don't really care. Like okay, like whatever,
to be women, and they are so
well. And I think I am too because I'm not anime. My standard for like anything beyond a 5 is like full on anime.
Desperate for affirmation that they are willing to.
Okay, my friend says that if I maxed out on everything, like with makeup and everything, that I could maybe hit a 7. Okay, there it is. That's what I was told right now. I asked somebody. Okay, I asked a friend. They said that if I were to max out, I could hit a 7.
Believe that this is real. And then here is where it gets really creepy. In other words, my experiences with being ignored and overlooked in the dating space reflect the negative experiences I had with cis
I don't mind. Like I'm not guys. I'm not upset by it. Okay, I don't care. If people tell me that I'm ugly, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't really care.
Reject me for my gender identity, but couldn't. A common theme in 2010, something I experienced recently in 2020. This led me to believe it may be a problem.
Cortisol, yeah, very low cortisol.
Millennials for trans women. On average, Gen Z has treated me better than millennials. I don't just mean that Gen Z adults are more open to sex trans women than their millennial counterparts. I mean that.
See, that's the thing, though, right? is like even take this advice to heart, guys, like for real. And like to all the women out there that are complaining about not being gifted or whatever, right? Well, let me tell you something, all right? No one I know in real life treats me like shit. And it's because I don't treat people like shit. That's why. So like even if you don't look super hot, just don't be a fucking asshole to people. You know, I know it sounds crazy, but like that's a part of the factor of like how people will consider you.
Gen Z cis women treat me as if I am equal to them, while millennials are more likely to treat me like a third sex woman. A massive amount of Gen Zers view trans women as women. They have accepted transness just as another aspect a woman may have. This results in not just a lot of positive experiences with Gen Z queer women in my sexual and dating life, but affirming experiences even when conflict happens. It never feels like my transness is at play when there's a fight. It just feels...
Why are you giving people impossible missions, Leaf? What do you mean I can't be a obnoxious, self-centered asshole? I mean, where's the lie, though? Where's the lie? A lot of these people that are ugly, they're also ugly, like, inside. You know what I mean? Like, they're ugly. They're, like, fractally ugly.
It's like we're two equals figuring things out.
I love how this person just sort of tells on themselves of how miserable it is to date them, talking about fights in relationships as if they're normal things. It is like, for example, it's not just that Simone and I almost never have fights, like maybe one every 3 years, but I would even say of my past relationships, I probably only got in a fight with a partner in 1 out of every 4 or 5 people I dated. Fights are not a normal part of a relationship. And by fight here, I mean any sort of emotionally heated disagreement.
I'm curious if there's a huge gap between dating preferences for millennials and dating preferences for Gen Z. Moving from a T4T space to a T4C one was an immense form of psychological whiplash, but moving from a weeb party collection of cis and trans friends to friends sexually interested in me, that gave me whiplash. It solidified my feeling that weeb party vibe is not a right fit for me. So who are Gen Z? This is an individual who's in her mid-30s. They're people between 13 and 28. This is somebody who has admitted to doing a lot of age play stuff. This is somebody who has admitted.
Let's get you some help. Stitch Fix. Online personal styling for your size, style, and budget.
That was easy.
Honeybees are responsible for pollinating 1/3 of the world's food supply. 1/3. And here in the US, these hardworking bees pollinate more than 90 different crops, including fruits, nuts, and vegetables. Healthy honeybees are essential to this country's food system. So when you buy honey, you're supporting the honeybees and the beekeepers that look after them. And by doing so, you're supporting your environment and our greater food supply. So thank you for your support.
Zepbound? Watch this. Zepbound helps adults with obesity lose weight and keep it off. Watch this. So you don't feel stuck on your weight loss journey. People taking Zepbound lost up to 48 pounds. In a study, people using Lilly's Zepbound lost an average of 50 pounds, compared to an average of 33 pounds with up to a 2.4 milligram dose of the Wegovy injection. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take if allergic to it or if you or someone in your family had MTC or MEN2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about Zepbound. Zepbound? Watch this. Watch this.
Having problems with desiring underage content in the past, and basically their big realization is, well, if I groom children, then it all works out for me in the end.
Jeez.
And I think that's horrifying into this particular panel.
Oh no.
Is it like wanting people to be as miserable as you are? Is that what's going on? Like, I don't know. Like, that way you can feel like it was all worth it or something? I don't know, man.
I mean, the power dynamics at play here.
Okay. Wow. This got dark. Hello.
Yeah, this is really dark. This is really sad. And I think it's important to go into because we only hear about
Grooming is the correct answer, but grooming. Oh, yeah, that's what I needed to do the thing.
the euphoria. We only hear about the beginning, or we hear about the people detransitioning and how bad it got for them. But if it's somebody who is presumably living the best life you can as a trans person, this is what it is. This is what that best life is. And it's a sad, sad world. It's a world where you descend into a hikikomori, where you attack random VTubers because you're mad that they're more famous than you, where your only sense of validation comes from men pretending to be women and young kids.
Yeah, it's a rough experience. Not a pathway we would recommend for our children.
Well, and this is why I think, you want to get kids out of this. This is what you need to show them. You don't show them, somebody freaking out, somebody who's being like aggressively mean about all this. It's like this is the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, you're gonna hit the wall. You're not gonna get the validation you're hoping to get. You're being love bombed now, and then everyone's gonna forget about you. Everyone's gonna be nice and be freaked out by you.
What's the other side of sucking it up? What's the other side of sucking it up? Okay, you get a family, you get kids. You can create a job where you're contributing to the world rather than attacking random people online.
Yep.
冗談あとは任せたぞ。
じゃあ何かあったらよ。
そうだね。
ああ、ばあ様。少し歩かんか。
I need to watch this. I'm gonna skip this because I need to watch this anime. Jeez. I need to watch it.
Oh, great. That's the thing. It's not like, you suck it up for a few years and you get something that's kind of good, or you get something that the other side of this is amazing. And we're fighting
Holy
not
shit.
against people like Annavalence. We are fighting Annavalence for this
Motherfucker.
ideology on its hooks in her.
You're an interesting study. Lust, greed, deception, fertile
Wow.
ground, but rather mundane.
Yeah, we want the person that became who Anna Valens is today to have experienced the alternate.
G-san,
So
Zan-san,
in
Wakagaya.
10 years, that person can be walking home to their home and wife and have 10 kids jump on them and
Or maybe they don't want 10 kids, but like, I don't know, I feel like if she wanted, a single childless life that was just focused on having fun, that there were much better ways to do that. I think the problem though is if you're incredibly hungry for validation, this is an easy trap. But what do you do if what you really want is validation? What is the best path for a man, a natal male? Aside from making lots of money.
I think being hungry for validation is in itself. You can
Exactly.
What if that's your objective function? What if that's
build a better objective function. It's a bad objective function. It's the objective function that's not different from negative utilitarianism or something. Like,
I totally agree with Malcolm on this.
what you need to do.
It's the scope of what you want is so small that like it doesn't lead anywhere in the end. It doesn't lead anywhere meaningful. Right, because if you're like, I want people to think I'm hot or whatever, right? Or I want people to think I'm hot and fuck me. It's like it only goes so far, and then you hit that, and then it's like everything else is vapid, right? I mean, it itself is vapid, and then you hit that, you attain the thing, and then you're hollow after that.
Is think through what really matters in life, because the amount that other people validate you is obviously not a big deal.
You just say validate a false god, don't do it.
Yeah, you live your entire life dedicated to that. You become a Cenobite. That is what makes Cenobites, is living a life dedicated to self-validation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. It could also be one of those Chinese finger trap things. You'll never get it when you're trying to get it. You'll get it if you do a great job at other things.
Yeah.
You can't seek it out. If you're seeking it out, you're never going to get it. So you might as well just not try.
Yep.
And just do something else that's meaningful.
Yeah, if you're, Pretty Hunter says if your highest good is that you can spend your life on looking hot for a few years, it's pathetic. Yeah, exactly. It's totally pathetic. It's pathetic and empty. Like, but you're gonna hit it, and then you'll be happy maybe for a little bit, basking in it, and then right after that, it's just there's nothing left in your life. There's nothing else in your life, and there's nothing that you made out of it for anybody.
But I appreciate the cautionary tale. This is an episode we can save for our kids. Just in case they're getting a little curious, because all the outside fun stuff is super fun. Drag shows are super fun. Like in general, like everything.
Again, what I'm saying you should do, if you have these desires, do drag shows occasionally, right? You know, one of the points I'm making is drag, ironically, was not that emotionally unhealthy, you know?
Yeah, totally. It's
Dressing
very
up as a
creative. It's
girl,
very fun. It's
Yeah.
very talent driven.
And then have the family and focus on that. You know, as historically, the vast majority of people who did drag were cis men. Yeah.
Which is fine. Like I don't care.
Well, and as we pointed out with this individual, I mean, we know why this individual is trans because she writes about it all the time. She has a feminization kink. She gets turned on by the idea of a man being turned into a woman. There were plenty of ways to engage with that without transitioning. And I think that's the other sad thing.
AI is a really good one. So like if you have any kind of weird sort of kinks or anything like that are kind of consuming like your mind on a level that is difficult to like quench, use AI, because in AI you can do whatever. You can like do a sexual encounter in like however way you want. You can use Malcolm's things is apparently pretty good for that. rfab.ai. You can use that for that. You can also use Grok as well. Mm-hmm.
They've expanded the tent for what qualifies for transition.
Yeah.
They've begun offering transition as a solution to people who this is not going to help. If you're transitioning because of a sexual kink, that's not going to lead you to having a good life.
Yeah.
All right. Love you to death, Simone. I've already ate a pretty big lunch. So
All right, we'll stop there. The rest of it's kind of the chilling part, and then they hang out with their kids after. But if you want to check out this video, I'll link it to you guys. It's quite interesting. There's actually two episodes on Anna Valens. So if you're interested in the other episode, check that out. I recommend this channel if you're looking for any sort of self-help stuff. It's got a lot of stuff. The new episode's really interesting. The how women trick men into doing all the work. It's freaking great. She only wants one thing. I just wanna play. 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 I just wanna play.
You can count on AARP auto insurance from the Hartford for benefits that really matter and hundreds in savings.
The Hartford knows most days I'm not thinking about my car and home insurance.
And that's how it should be.
You're the only ones standing in the way of this lunatic.
Chevy trucks are as dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. They don't need permission to get going. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Now in theaters. From Lambs
I want to be the detective, not me.
to Rams.
I want a Bessie so bad.
And everything in between. The Sheep Detectives will have everyone flocking to the theaters.
Are you coming?
Don't disturb any evidence.
No.
The Sheep Detectives. Rated PG, not playing in theaters.
Just treated like something you just have to deal with, and a major cause for irritation.
Holy fuck.
Mihawk versus Shanks. This debate has been piercing the One Piece community since I was in diapers. Despite who you think will actually win, I must apologize because I have just clickbaited you. Sorry, you're a victim. This video will not address any power scaling or Mihawk's potential strength at all. I'm saying Mihawk is weak in the eyes of the narrative. Mihawk versus Shanks and Mihawk versus Zoro has always been the two most renowned topics carrying the allure of Mihawk. Everything about Mihawk since his legendary introduction has always been about the ceiling he represents and the pinnacle of power he allegedly has. I'm aware it is super easy to slander Mihawk. Everyone on the planet is. It's super easy to think that he's nothing but a bum. Agenda Piece unironically carries his reputation more than Oda or any editor, animator, storyboarder, director, or anyone related to the story of One Piece. It is pretty simple why this is the case. Very low reading comprehension. While I do mean for that to be a little facetious when I say it, media literacy is incredibly important for Mihawk. Mihawk's only real art where everyone is holding back and everyone is hurt. Obviously, if you're supposed to be the strongest in the field, but your team captain is actively holding you back, you're going to look like a bench warmer. Firstly, we have to get into what really happened at Marineford. However, I tricked you again. Before we actually get into Marineford, we have to get into the global perception of Mihawk. A natural prerequisite before getting into Mihawk is getting into his status. Naturally, this presupposes that there is some divisiveness or ambiguity in his expertise. One scroll on Twitter and whoa, it is not looking good. Even when we go on Reddit, we still can't escape this stuff. Look at what this guy says. Mihawk is crushed. You can't see that in your coping. His only feats are trolling the East Blue, weak at the for fodder, and getting his attacks tanked and deflected by Jozu. He literally tried to throw an attack at Whitebeard, and he got tanked by Whitebeard's third strongest commander. And then he spent the rest of the war fighting Mihawk to a goddamn draw. Are you serious? And he won't fight Shanks because his arm's gone? Please. This dude is running scared because Shanks is a Yonko and actually strong. Zoro was clowning the death a while ago. Nobody respects Mihawk. For whatever reason...
Hello, Shoujo. What? Why are you here? I don't think you need to be here. Weren't you part of the trolls? I don't think you need to be here. Blah, blah, blah. How does this work? Hello. Internal. How about that? How about wah 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 wah? I wonder if that works. Whoa. I feel like I'm flipped. Am I? No, I'm not flipped. I feel like I am.
Mihawk would be weaker than all of them. I don't believe Mihawk will be so much weaker than the Admirals if he really is Shanks' rival. You're allowed to believe whatever you want. I'm just trying to present the facts and state what makes sense to me personally. Again, I believe Mihawk is testing the fragility of the current affairs. Remind me, what did Doflamingo say? Just like Dofi, Mihawk is trying to see if the era of pirates or the era of marine will take over, with naturally the government and Whitebeard leading the charge. Besides that, let's move on to a more pressing talking point. Was Mihawk holding back at Marineford? Many people will actively tell you that he was going all out and etc. This is untrue. Not only is it stupid narratively to demonstrate a character's full power in an arc where he is almost irrelevant in, it'll be a terrible idea in general. Oda did not map out the future power scaling at all. We know power scaling is important to One Piece because that keeps tension, reader engagement, and coherence within a general story. Making the world's strongest sword can be weak enough to be unable to kill a pre-time skip Luffy does not make any lick of sense. What actually happens is that Mihawk was holding back. The most important distinction here is Mihawk. Mihawk was holding back, but not Yoru.